Hello, everyone. So today I wanted to talk about the value of truth and the value of good quality information. So part of the reason that I started my publication is that um, as was going through life and working with different groups of people, different organizations, paying attention to what was happening with certain media patterns, etc. I started to notice that sometimes information is presented in a very sort of misleading and um, unnecessarily sort of emotion enticing sort of ways, as opposed to having proper sort of more effective solutions based conversation. Now, I want to sort of talk about a framework of things to consider when you are trying to get quality information, right? So, truth isn't all the same. You can have something that's relatively true, but probably not super relevant. Or even if it is relevant, it might be not of the utmost importance based on what you should know in order to proceed. And those are very important things. Um, so I'm just going to quickly mention a couple of the things to keep in mind when assessing different information that might be coming into your sphere. So there are a lot of things that are fairly nuanced, actually, to keep in mind with this topic. That's fair. But I think I'm gonna zoom into a few that lately really I think are worth having a discussion about. So one of the first things that I think probably has significant value is people sometimes have a tendency to exist in their own sort of circles, right? And so a phrase that seems like either just a little bit funny or quirky to say sort of a somewhat sheltered nerdy person might mean an entirely different thing to a person who's experience a very different kind of lifestyle. And so, especially when navigating certain trends, it's very important before starting a discussion to clarify what certain phrases or things mean to the person that you're speaking with. That can be something that is difficult to even think to do because humans naturally, I think, in an effort to, not even in an effort, as a biological thing to sort of have that connection and communication, might just kind of assume that people share the meaning that they might have for something. So that's an important thing to clarify. So that's an important piece. The other piece I think that's important to consider is like when evaluating truth. Maybe have look at it in a sort of a subset or a sort of a chart form. So you can probably rate like the percentage of truth, the percentage of relevance to whatever specific thing that you're doing. Um, and rate it based on whatever the situation is, but compare it to like the percentage of possible um, deflection, distraction, um, and maybe like personal interest or what have you. So something can technically two things that almost seem a little contradictory sometimes can actually be true in certain cases, right? But you want to evaluate sort of a little bit more than just that, right? So, for example, it can be true that I really like high heel boots as a fashion choice, but that doesn't mean that I go running in high heel boots, right? So even though my preference for a style choice may be one thing, in reality, I have to use another for a different purpose. And so that is maybe not the best example, but I think it outlines the point. There's also an important element of like making sure, not even making sure, but understanding that truth of an important significance definitely has value, and it has value by default. Why? Because if you generally would like to see a functioning framework, okay, you're going to have to reward a certain amount of adequate truth telling so that you know how to actually navigate a situation in such a way that the framework stays working. And that's significant because if there are too many people trying to run some sort of a very significantly skewed spin based I'm trying to think of a word. Like, I don't want to use the word like it was some, let's go with strategy. Then there's a lot that collectively people can actually miss that's very significant to probably most.